Hey, what's up you guys, it's Juliana. Welcome back to another video. Happy Friday. Can you guys guess what day I'm filming this? I'm filming this on a Friday. Struggles of a YouTuber. But anyways, you guys probably already saw my exaggerated ass title. Today we're gonna be filming a story time. The time I got left behind at the airport while all my family went away across the country. While I filmed this video, I'm gonna be doing my makeup, but I'm not really gonna be explaining the makeup. I'm just gonna be doing it. So let's get right to it. Before we get started with this video, I want you guys to subscribe to my channel, like all my videos, comment down below, and turn on my post notifications so you're notified every time I post a video. So yeah, so this is a story of when I got left behind while my family went to Guatemala without me. I know Guatemala isn't across the country, that's why I said exaggerating, but yeah, this was I think in I think it was 2015. It was 2015, and I was left by my parents and by my sisters. So we were late already. We were late. I think it was like in the morning, and we were ready to go. And then like we get there, we get on a line, a long ass line, and like it's finally our turn to go. And they're like checking our passports. We go, yada yada yada. Oh, you see that? Right? They check our passports, and then they're like, Juliana, and me, little short girl, like I couldn't even reach. I was like, yeah, I'm here. And then he was like, do you know that your child's passport is expired? I didn't know what that meant. I was a little ignorant. But they were like, do you know that your child's passport is expired? And then I was like, huh? My mom was like, what? Like she was like screaming in Spanish, da da da. And then like she looks at it, and it had expired like a couple months before that, because we go to Guatemala like every summer. So it had just expired 2 months before that. And they're like, oh my god, like what do we do? And they're like, yeah, she can't fly. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't fly? Like how am I gonna get to Guatemala if I can't fly? Like I couldn't understand yet. But the whole point was like, oh yeah, like I'm not going. Like, so the plan, like we were talking, we were freaking out. They were like, you need to go to the embassy in Manhattan, like get it fixed, like get a new passport picture, new passport, everything. You have to go and renew it. So I was like, okay, so I could just go get a new passport and then we'll be good. But no, that was not the case. My mom wrote a letter. She wrote a letter to the embassy saying that I needed to fly. And like she wrote a letter saying to give me permission, because like she was going with my sisters. My dad was the one who stayed with me, and she was going with my sisters. And then she wrote the letter. So then that same day we went to the embassy. And we stayed in line forever. We were there, I don't remember how long we were there, but we were there for so long. I remember that. And then they were just like, oh, your wife put the wrong date on this letter. And like, I maybe did not know what was going on in that moment, but I know I was like, oh holy shoot, like I'm not gonna get this passport. And then like I call my mom. No, I don't call my mom because I didn't have a phone yet. But my dad called my mom and they're like, oh, you put the wrong date. Like, they can't do this yet. And like, what do you mean you put like this? So she was gonna mail a letter, but imagine how long it would take for a letter to get from Guatemala to here, Jamaica, Queens. Well, you know where I live now. But yeah, my point. And then, like, I was crying. I remember my aunt from Guatemala, she was here. So like, she stayed at my house. And like, it was just really bad. I was so scared. Because I was alone. Like, I know my eyebrows really look bad, but I was alone and I was so mad at everybody. I was like, how can you guys do this to me? Like, you guys are going to go to Guatemala, but you're gonna leave me here? Like, I remember my sisters were there with their suitcases and they like crossed the thing. But I was over here like what the heck? And I was really upset. I was really upset because then I had to stay alone with my dad, and I hate staying alone with my dad because it's like really awkward sometimes. And I remember I was such a baby. I remember sleeping with a picture of my mom on my bed. Like, that's how much of a baby I was. Because I was like, I miss my mom, da da da. And the next day, we did the same thing. Like, we tried to get my passport renewed. So we went to some place here in here by where I live that like does your passport pictures. But I remember, like, I was crying so much. I looked so ugly. And I was crying so much, and I remember them telling me that I couldn't smile. Like, I was like, oh, like, just like give me a serious face, da da da. And I was like, what? Well, like, I didn't want to smile anyway because I was really upset. But I remember them telling me that. I was like, you know what, whatever. So I just didn't smile. And then in my picture is so bad. I have the ugliest picture. In my picture, I look like a fuck. I look like like a frog. Let's just say that. My picture was the ugliest thing ever. I looked really bad. And I looked like a frog. And I was really upset. Because then, like, like I said, I didn't like staying with my dad. And like, my aunt was living with my other aunt. Like, she was staying with them. So I was just alone. Like, my dad would go to work and then I would just be here by myself. Or like, I would go to my grandma's house, and I also hate staying at my grandma's house because it's so boring over there. And I was like 10, I was like 9, 10 years old. So I didn't like staying at my grandma's house. And I remember I was so upset. Like I said, like, I would cry and I would sleep with my mom's picture. And I remember I would pray every night. I was like, you know what, like, this is gonna like work out, da da da. Like, it's gonna be okay. And then a whole week passed. Like, I missed a week of my vacation. A whole week passed. And then my mom came. Like, I woke up one day and I was like, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I remember that. And my mom was just unpacking. She was like, hi, and I woke up and I gave her a big hug. And I was just, oh my god, what are you doing here? And she was like, I came to get you. Cause, like, I couldn't leave without my mom. And the whole plan before this was like, I was like gonna go on the plane by myself with one of the flight attendants. And that was the plan. Sorry, my breath fell. And that was the plan. But now that my mom came, That wasn't the plan. So I remember we went to the embassy again next thing that morning. And we went and we were like, this is my mom. Like, they needed proof that was my mom. Like, they did not believe me. And my mom, I remember she had to pay so much money just to get like a flight. Alright, she paid so much money. And then she got here and we went to the embassy that next day. And then we were like, this is my mom. They didn't believe us. So like she showed her ID and like she looked exactly like her picture. They were like, oh, okay. Like, but they were still hesitant. I don't know why. And then they were like, well, you need to get a form of paper. And we're like, why, if she's like right here, like she's like in person with us? And they're like, oh, it's just policy. And I'm just like, okay. I wasn't understanding anything. Like, I didn't understand anything. This whole story time is just me doing my eyebrows. But yeah, and then like I was so upset. I was so upset. But then we got the flight, we got on the plane, and I remember I missed it. Like, that was the whole story. The whole story was here in New York. I remember I missed it, and I was just like, you know, my family over there was like, haha, like they were making fun of me, and they were like, oh, your passport expired. I was like, yeah. I remember I cried so much, and I was so excited because I had an outfit like that I wanted to wear. It was like a purple romper, and now that I think about it, it was a really ugly romper. It was strapless too. It was really ugly. But yeah, I'm gonna finish doing this off camera and I'll be right with you guys. So guys, that was basically my whole story time. I'm trying to remember like what else happened, but I remember us going, and then my grandma picked us up, and she was like, hi. And I was just like, hi, like I'm here, right? Because I remember like no one cared that like everyone was making fun of me, but no one like asked me how I was. And like, to be honest, I was traumatized because I was like a little 9-10-year-old kid that had just been abandoned for like a week by her mom and by her sisters, by her whole family. No one ever called. Like, I remember I tried to call my mom on like Messenger, but she would never answer. Because I had like a fake, not a fake, but I had a Samsung that my mom gave to me. Remember, I would try to call her on that, but she would never answer. And I would just be like, okay. And to come to know that the whole time like she didn't answer, they were at clubs and they were at parties. Remember, they went to like a restaurant and they danced their whole night away. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Because I was really upset. I'm over here like, and they're over there dancing. So yeah, that's the whole story, guys. I'm gonna do the rest of my face and my makeup off camera, because come to notice that videos only could be 15 minutes long if you're not verified. And since I'm not verified yet, like far away from verified, I can only use 15 minutes of your time. So I'll be back. I'll have all of this finished and it'll look good. So hey, what's up guys? I'm back and I'm done with my makeup. Here's how it turned out. I absolutely adore it. Like, I really like it. And I'm sorry my hair is really frizzy right now, but we're currently in the middle of a storm and like the hurricane is like passing through New York, something like that. And it's really humid, so I got my hair really puffed up. But yeah, here's my makeup. I really like it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to send this video to whoever you want to see it. Subscribe to my channel, turn on my post notifications so you could get notified every time I post. And like and comment. Bye, see you next Friday.